I think I went to a show at Turf Valley where they were demonstrating their product and service offering. And as I toured that, I ran into Ryan and met Jay Ryan during that visit. Well, they do a good job with their display. So they had a booth that was there with some examples of other pools they had done. I had done a little research into hardscapes, and so they were one of probably 3 different pool contractors and landscaping companies that I had reached out to when we started looking into doing the project. The design. So I guess we sat down and as a family and kind of came up with what we thought we wanted to have functionally, and then did a rough layout, and then we met with Dan, I believe it is, at Ryan to really detail, and then he came up with a couple of different versions which we reviewed a couple of times, made some changes to.
A few times. So we combined our ideas, and we like to travel to the Caribbean, so we were inspired by creating a resort type feel. And so between the two of us, we combined ideas and met with Ryan, and they were able to create what we wanted.
They did well during the project management, I'd call that. They do a great job of assigning a point or lead person to facilitate the execution of the project. So there are many subcontractors involved. I get the feeling that several of their employees are involved at different stages. But I was here most days working closely with them to assist as necessary with any questions they needed answers to. But they did a good job. The gentleman that led our project was very detail-oriented. He asked a lot of questions about what we liked and didn't like. I passed them to Shadra, particularly all of the decisions about what type of plants, trees, etc. Completely Shadra's area. And again, we would sit down and he'd show us pictures and we'd come up with what we wanted. Then he would begin to execute. So that worked really well. They were very timely, very responsive.
Yeah, but Dwayne handled most of the detail. I'd come in on the tail end and just make sure things were the way I wanted them to be.
I would say in terms of my expectations, I would say they exceeded my expectations, quite frankly, because you really can't appreciate this project as much if you just look at the finished project. You need to see what it looked like before they started. This was essentially a big mud pit, right? So it was just mud everywhere. The grounds were really a mess. And so to see that transform into what it is today was very, very impressive to see. As I said, certainly exceeded my expectations. And as they made recommendations throughout the project, whether it was the stone or the coping or the brick, the pavers, the fireplace, whatever it was, everything was top shelf, really premier products in everything that they offered. So it made my job pretty easy, but the end product, I think, exceeded our expectations.
That is an understatement.
Yes.
Well, I think every friend and a lot of family want to have their events here now, and so, they ask who did the work, and, we are proud and happy to say that Ryan did the work here. They love to come here.
It's funny that you asked that question, right? So we've had several events here, of course. We've had several neighbors have stopped by, and really I believe that some of the other neighbors on the street have done projects with Ryan as a result of seeing this project. So that's worked out well for Ryan, I'm sure. But many family members come to visit and they stay for a very long time because they think they're in a resort, right? So we've had, I come outside sometime in the morning and there are already family members enjoying the pool before I even get out here. It's so they enjoy visiting.
Yeah. Okay. So the only thing missing is the bartender or the maid who comes and serves the folks as they lay by the pool.
That's me. I wind up making cocktails and running music and all that. Absolutely. I've told a few friends, in fact, and again, because of not just the end result, but another key component of a project of this magnitude is how well do they support the project after it's done, right? Because inadvertently things happen, there are weather issues, other things that may come up, and again, Ryan has been very responsive and very supportive, whether it's as relates to the landscaping or anything that's shown up in the last year or so. They have been very responsive to come back and address. So that, to me, is a key component of the contract that you decide to use for a project of this magnitude. Actually, that's my daughter and a friend of hers. Yes, they spend a lot of time here. In fact, she had,
How do kids like the pool?
she enjoys it. Her friends also enjoy it. They had a pool party out here last night, as a matter of fact. Yeah,
Yes.
so there's always something going on. I would say when the weather is nice, probably 3 days a week, we're out here enjoying this yard. I would certainly use them. Well, we broke this project up into 2 or 3 phases, and they completed those 3, but there's a 4th phase, which is really beyond the gate in the back. And we haven't figured out what we want to do there yet, but we'll probably do something there, and Ryan will certainly be the contractor that we choose to do it.
I just want to say that coming into the process, in bits and pieces, and at the end, I really am pleased with the work that Ryan has done. There have been a couple of issues, and we got immediate response from Ryan, and the work was completed or changed, and it's just a great experience.
They did a good job. We mentioned that many times, but one thing I didn't talk about is we also integrated in this project some home automation features, which was probably a little bit unique in that we've got the outdoor torches and we've got the built-in fireplace and all that, but all of the water features are controlled by cell phone or tablet. The lighting features that they installed can also be remotely controlled, so whether we're here or away, we can heat the pool, heat the spa, turn on the waterfalls all remotely. So again, exciting home automation features built into the project.
Smart home.
It's a smart home.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
nice.